But if you call 911 in an emergency, you expect to be connected to a dispatcher in your county who can help. But if you're a Time Warner digital phone customer, that may not be the case.
News Channel 9 has learned the company that maintains Time Warner's digital phone database has changed, and a lot of information seems to have fallen through the cracks. Valuable information that could delay response by seconds or even minutes. Jennifer Lukey has the real deal.
Is he conscious? Is he breathing? Okay, you stay on the phone with me. Don't hang up.
Call takers at the 911 center are trained to give you advice on how to handle an emergency situation until help arrives.
Can you get a clean, dry cloth and apply direct pressure to the wound?
Whether it's medical, fire, or it's law enforcement related, seconds do make a difference.
But right now, they're being lost. The director of Madison County 911 says Time Warner customers who've dialed for help have, in some cases, been routed to a call center in Colorado, where the third party who maintains Time Warner's phone database is located. Call takers there are gathering information about the nature of the problem and then rerouting it back to the county 911 center. It's extra time that cannot be spared. The call you're about to hear came in last week.
Police Communications.
I am calling from Machado, and we're a call center for Time Warner Cable. I have a subscriber on the line that dialed 911, and it's going to get through to you, and they have a medical emergency.
Okay, what's the address, ma'am?
They need an ambulance at 4289 Street.
Okay. Can I speak with them, or?
Sure can. It's going to be on a female with difficulty breathing. Do you want their call back or mine?
If I'm going to talk to her, I'll talk to her and get the information.
You're going to talk to her husband. His name is John.
Okay.
John?
Yeah.
Your dispatcher's on the line.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Not good. You need to get an ambulance here right now.
It took 37 seconds just for the local dispatcher to actually speak with the man who called 911. Then he had to ask all of the same questions the call center employee already had, causing added frustration in an already tense situation. And that is not the only problem.
Normally when someone calls 911 from a landline, dispatchers like Dave get this information on their screen: the name, telephone number, address of the person calling, and the agencies they should dispatch. But over the last few weeks, while Time Warner customers have been calling, this is what comes up.
Meaning, if you're unable to give dispatchers your exact location, they may not know where to send the emergency crews. These problems seem to be random and are not isolated just to Madison County. They're happening in Onondaga, Jefferson, Cayuga, and Oswego counties, too.
A lot of the directors, commissioners, and assistant directors of 911 centers are emailing each other back and comparing notes and trying to come up with some game plan on what we can do when really it's Time Warner's responsibility to work with us and fix this sooner than later.
The issue started in early December when Time Warner switched from Sprint to Intrado, and although he's been complaining, the director says Time Warner hasn't done much about it.
So they're putting the public safety in jeopardy because they're delaying calls, and we've had medical calls and other calls. We've dodged a bullet so far.
Well, Carrie, Time Warner got back to us very late this afternoon, about a half an hour ago, actually, with a statement saying, quote, in the very rare cases where errors in routing 911 calls or when errors in the 911 address database occur, which happens from time to time under any 911 system, calls are routed to the Emergency Call Relay Center managed by Time Warner's E911 partner in Colorado, rather than to the default or incorrect 911 answering location. This has happened only in an extremely small number of cases since Time Warner Cable began transitioning to its E911 system.
So Time Warner says that this is isolated, this is limited. What do the 911 commissioners say?
Well, they don't agree with that at all. The Madison County director showed me his logs, and they've identified at least 40 times in the last few weeks that the information has been incorrect from Time Warner customers. And now, of course, nearly 10,000 people are Time Warner customers in Madison County alone, so relatively speaking, that may seem small, but if it's your information that's wrong at the wrong time, this is no small issue here. This is a large issue, and other county directors agree that it's more than just a couple of isolated incidences.
All right, well, I'm sure that you'll stay on this. Thank you, Jennifer. Very interesting. Now, we reached out to Intrado, the company that manages the database for Time Warner. We asked for an explanation. They have not yet gotten back to us with a comment on the situation.